Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. It's the weekend for me. I'm in the Houston, Texas area, and it's almost fall, but it's still very hot here. And so it's still feels like summer to me, and we still have flowers blooming, and so I am going to do a tile that has flowers on it. And I picked this bijouism focus because I had found this bookmark that's, and I hope you can read that because I did it with a glitter pen on paper that had already been watercolored. Anyway, this is a quote from Matthew McConaughey, and it says, "We focus on the outcome instead of the activity, and we miss the doing of the deed." Okay, and this, I picked it out because I am doing this tile just a little bit differently because I haven't practiced it. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the doing instead of practicing trying to make it perfect. Yes, the perfectionist in me lives. Just saying. I like to go through my old tiles, and I came across this one, and these patterns are Beauty by Kasturi Das, Aline Leaf by Yuru Chen, and Cupcake Flower by Dawn George. And these are not in tanglepatterns.com, and they're not in Musterkel. They were part of patterncollections.com, which is not there anymore. But I will leave you a link to Linda Ganaw's alphabetical list of patterns that she has shown. I love her website, and whenever she shows a pattern, she gives a link to the step outs. But anyway, there's the notes on the back of that tile. And I am going to pretty much use all these patterns, but not necessarily make it look exactly the same. It is my inspiration. And so I hope you enjoy this. Number one, gratitude and appreciation. I am very grateful for you, my Zentangle friends, and very grateful for the Zentangle method and that I can share it with you. I do Zentangle every day, and I love it. I have since I found it, okay? So I'm going to pretty much follow what I did here. This is just Shattuck, a very simple border. And so I'm going to put my 4 corner dots. This is a tile that I colored with watercolors. And, oh, I guess I should tell you, this is a 5-inch tile. You can do this on any size tile that you have in your sketchbook, whatever works for you. I'm going to be using this. This is a Micron 05 in a blue. I have so many supplies that I just decided I need to show you what I have and use them. This is a tortillion, a blending tool, and a Zentangle graphite pencil. It is just a number 2 pencil, and it's short, and it doesn't have an eraser. I keep this in there to keep the tip of my blending tool pushed out because I'm kind of hard on them. Okay, so sorry, now that you know what we're going to use, I have my 4 corner dots, and I'm going to connect them. I normally practice several times before I do a video, but with Inktober coming, I feel like I'm pushed for time because I want to get some things done ahead of time, but I don't want to skip my September Wednesday and Sunday videos because I love doing them. So I decided to just be brave and do a tile without practice. Okay, so I have my border, and now I'm going to ink it in. This may just look mostly like black, and that's okay. Over the years, and I've been doing this since the end of 2017, I have accumulated so many supplies. And I like to mostly teach on the Zentangle 3.5-inch tiles. But since these 5-inch tiles came out, I have really enjoyed using them. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to aura that. Let's come in about that far. Make it as big as you want. Like I said, we're going to put Shattuck in this border. It's a very simple border to do. I feel like I do best if I pull my pen toward me. If you're new to Zentangle, just play around with different ways to do things and find what works best for you. By all means, you want to be comfortable and enjoy what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this border. And I'm first going to do a little triangle here just to get started. So each time I'm just going to turn and go in the opposite direction. Very simple way to do Shattuck. This is a little bit bigger than this border, but it's still fun and easy to do. I will try not to take too much time on this. If you're new to my channel, I don't speed things up because watching something being drawn in high speed stresses me, and I believe that it gives the wrong impression of the Zentangle method. We're not in a hurry. Okay, it's not a race, it's not a contest. This is meant to be relaxing. But if this is too slow for you and too repetitive, please feel free to use the YouTube controls to move it forward more quickly if you need to, okay? So like I said, I'm trying to make sure that I have some videos for you every Wednesday and every Sunday through September, and then beginning October 1st for Inktober, I will have a video every day. Okay. My dog is snoring in the background. I guess I could move this to the middle, huh? And then I wouldn't be close to making it go off camera. I love Shattuck. It is one of the older Zentangle patterns. Very simple. See, I'm not keeping these the same distance apart. That's okay. Maybe if I only do 4 lines, I can go faster. How about that? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say thank you again to so many people who leave awesome comments. I'm so happy that you enjoy my channel. At the beginning of the COVID pandemic, I was teaching at a community college, and I had lesson plans done for, well, January through, trying to remember, I guess through May. Anyway, then COVID happened, and I was not able to teach. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do this corner. It's okay, no mistakes. I was able to teach 6 lessons before the college shut down. And since I already had all the lesson plans prepared, I learned how to teach on Zoom. And I wanted to find a place to put the videos so that the students that I taught on Zoom could get to them anytime they wanted to. So one morning I was sitting there after doing some Zentangle, and I thought, I wonder about making a YouTube channel. And immediately in my mind I heard, if you build it, they will come. And I thought, okay, wow. And, you know, I talked to my daughter about that, and she goes, Mom, that was just your voice in your head. Okay. So, anyway, I did it. I started my YouTube channel in, I think, the summer of 2020. And I thought, well, you know, I'll have a few people from my class that will subscribe. And then I did all the videos for Inktober. So 2020 was the first year that I did the Inktober videos, and it really made an increase in the subscribers for my channel. And I was just amazed, and I'm still amazed at the subscribers that I have. And I'm just so very happy that I have found a way to share Zentangle. Initially, my thought at becoming CZT was I was going to try to reach out to veterans. I spent 6 years in the United States Air Force, so I am a veteran. And when I was working, before I retired, I was in an office building, and on the bottom floor of this building was the office of the organization called Wounded Warriors. And I thought that maybe I could become certified and teach them. With COVID, everything changed. And when I retired, I started babysitting my grandchildren. Anyway, I feel like I'm reaching and helping a lot of people through my YouTube channel. So thank you for all of you who watch my channel and share and do the likes and the comments, because that helps other people find my channel. After COVID, I have not wanted to try to do in-person classes. But who knows, maybe one day I will. Okay, so how am I going to do this part? Let's just do, okay. No mistakes, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so there's our border. And you could do this with different colored pens. I have a lot of different colors of Microns. And I also have a lot of fine tip pens in different colors. But the nice thing about Microns is they are archival ink. And that means that they won't fade and stays looking nice. Okay, so this pattern, that one is Beauty. And I'm just going to come in from this corner and draw a stem. Okay, and then at the top of that stem, I'm going to put an orb, and then I'm going to put 3 petals. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to put another petal, but this one is going to come to a point and then go down in the center. We're going to do that on each one of these. Okay, and then the next thing that you do is to just put some lines in here. On each side. I like to start in the center and then just make my way along. You could ideally put another pattern or something inside of this area, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Okay, I'm not worried about keeping them exactly the same distance apart. Okay, isn't it pretty? I'm gonna just turn and come from the other side. Like I said, I don't have this planned. I just know I want to put these patterns on this tile. Okay, I did the stem, an orb. I think I'll start in the center this time. Put a petal. Another petal. I love botanical patterns. And this one is easy to reproduce even without the step outs. But again, there will be links in the description below each video. You should be able to see a little bit of text, and then there's a ... more. And if you click on that, you'll see more information. As for these tiles and the pins and everything, you can get those at Zentangle.com. I really like these 5-inch tiles. But I have also just bought mixed media paper and cut my own tiles. And then if you want to cut your own tiles, I use a corner cutter like this and just put that in there and it rounds the corners for you. Okay, let's do another. Start in the center. This one's going to be a little bit smaller than the others. Okay, now the aura has a point. Okay. And we're going to add these lines in the center. I think this goes well with Shattuck on the outside. I really like playing with the watercolors, and I've got several videos where I show different ways that I have done watercolor backgrounds. I am by no means a watercolor expert. I just play with it and hope that it comes out well. And some of the tiles that I have done, I worry about them, but once you put the Zentangle patterns on top, it always looks good. Okay, and don't overthink it. That's one of my little signs that I have made for myself. And just like I said in the beginning, if we focus too much on the outcome, we miss the doing. And the Zentangle method is all about the doing. That's why I loved it so much when I found it. I was very happy that there were step outs that showed me each step to do along the way. I love being able to see what someone else has done and copy that. Aren't those pretty? I just love this pattern. I'm going to put another line in there. Okay, so those are all this pattern. And I have put an aura on the outside of these. I think I'm going to do that again. I like how that looks. So Maria Thomas said, when in doubt, aura. Yeah, I like how that looks. I don't think that's part of the step out. But I like how it looks. Kind of brings those petals all together. Oops. Yeah, so look at the difference between those and these. Definitely looks better. One of the things that you can do is use pastel chalk pencils to color these, or just colored pencils, or more watercolor. Okay. Don't be afraid to say, what if? So what if we are these? It looks great. That one's going behind. All right. So the other two patterns I have on here, Aline Leaf is this one, and it is a continuous line pattern. Okay, so I'm going to show you here first. So we come up, make a little loop, and then come around and come back around. Okay, that's all there is to it. Again, it's a loop. You can come down a little bit, come up, come around, and come back up. Okay, so this one kind of went right across. This one came up a little bit. Look a little bit more like a leaf. Either way is fine. Okay, so let's just find a couple of places to put that and just start drawing. Okay, I'm going to have that one come down a little bit, up, around, and then fill it in. These are such simple patterns. There are several continuous line patterns in tanglepatterns.com that I have really enjoyed playing with. And this is, well, this one isn't in Tangle Patterns, but it is a continuous line pattern. Okay, isn't that cute? The other one that I'm going to kind of sprinkle in there, here and there, is called Cupcake Flower. Okay, and that one is by Dawn George. And that one simply has kind of a loop, and then she gives it a little bit of its top like that, and then we just go back and forth and bring it up. Okay, so let's do that again. We can go this way. Okay, and then this one to me looks like soft serve ice cream. Okay, but again, very simple. So let's put some of those in here. And then just, like I say, back and forth. And you get a little bit smaller as you go up. Okay. We'll have one come this way. Again, I don't have this planned. And I haven't really even practiced this pattern until right now, just because it's so simple. The other thing that we can throw in there anytime is fescue. I love fescue. I learned this from Melinda Barlow, that it's just cool to put fescue anywhere. Okay, we can put it here. Let's go ahead and go over here and add Cupcake Flower again. Okay, that one looks kind of odd. Let's try making it a little bit bigger. Okay. I think that's a fun flower. Gonna add a fescue and another cupcake flower here. Okay. Another fescue. Excuse me. Let's put, excuse me. We're going to put the Aline Leaf here again. Okay. Let's have one come this way. Again, don't overthink it. And have this one go behind. Just a little fescue. You could also think of it as little baby Aline Leaf. So you could even make fescue like that and then come around and add your lines. Okay, so if you want to do the Aline Leaf like that, of course you can do it. Very simple little pattern that you can add to your botanical tiles. I'm going to add a little one here. And fescue. Again, unplanned. I'll put a cupcake flower. And each time I'm trying this just a little bit differently. Isn't that cute? I think I'm going to have one come this way, go behind. And put the little ice cream top. Not cute. Okay, I think I'm going to do cupcake flower here. You might try making these a little bit bigger. If you're doing this on a 3.5 inch tile, they'll be smaller. Fescue. Fescue. And I'm going to have an A-line. Now this is cupcake flower. Okay. Just, like I said, don't overthink it. Just put some little flowers here and there. I love botanical tiles. Wow, that came out wrong. Okay. make these small. And do some little fescues. Okay, so what do you think? Turn it. See if you want to add something else. You could put little fescues coming out. I think I'll put Therefore, and Therefore is by Zentangle, and it's just 3 little dots. An easy way to put something in your space. Makes it look like little things flying around like you see in the summer. My yard gets full of little bugs flying around. Just pop them in there anywhere, any size. Go down here. Okay, I think I'll stop there and do a little bit of shading. Like I said, with some different colored pastel pencils, could look really good. I am just going to go ahead and use my graphite pencil. And in these little center orbs, I'm only going to do one side. And then I'm going to gently soften that. Pull a little bit around the edge. Really makes it look like, almost like a gemstone. Very simple way to do something with your orbs. And then the center of these, I'm going to very simply put some graphite here. Okay, ideally you would point your pencil toward the line that you want to add the shading to. Try to touch that line so that you don't leave a space between it. Okay, and then we're going to soften that and kind of pull it toward the center. So you're pushing the graphite into the paper and then just kind of pulling it toward the center. Leaves a cool highlight. Okay. And just soften that edge. We don't want a harsh edge. Isn't that cool? How it makes it look round. Okay, we can do the same thing where these lines meet. And I'm not putting a lot because I don't have a lot of room there. I don't want to fill it up. And then soften it. shading is the icing on the cake. All right, cool. Now see the difference between that one and that one? Isn't that cool? So we're just gonna do that again on all of these. I'll go ahead and do the whole petal. I was very unsure of myself with shading when I first started Zentangle. But be brave. Either add, you know, a little bit of shading with your graphite pencil or with colored pencil. Okay, and then soften it. Pull it toward the center. This has been fun to just find a tile and decide to do a tile, another tile with it. It was fun to find this one and then create something that I have not practiced. Because I do have a habit of overthinking, which is why I made this little sign for myself. I have made little signs for years. I have also collected quotes for years. And I hope you don't mind that I share some of those. I do follow a lady on Instagram that puts a quote at the beginning of each of her posts. I think it's really cool. Okay, again, this is very repetitive, so you're more than welcome to fast forward. And this one, I'm just going to very softly blend it and put a little bit on the other side. Yeah, this would have been really pretty with a purple pastel pencil. But it's fine if you're doing this with a black pen and a graphite pencil, it's still going to be beautiful. Okay, one more. little bit here. Okay, we're going to soften it. Yeah, and if you're doing pastel pencils, you could put another color in the center. That would be really cool. But I didn't bring my pastel pencils with me. And it's still going to be cool the way it is. Okay. I think on these leaves, I'm just going to put a little bit of shading on one side all the way around. So just I'm going to do it the same on every leaf. Okay, and then just soften that. I am not worried about this direction of sunlight or shadows, anything like that. I'm just adding a little bit to each of these leaves. That's one of the fun things about Zentangle. Don't worry about which direction the light's coming from. Okay, I think the only thing I'm going to do now on the border, rather than go through and shade each one of these, is I'm just going to put a little bit of graphite along the edge. Okay, I'm not being really heavy or anything because I want my focus to be what's in the center. And I know I said point your pencil toward the line, and I'm not doing that this time. It's okay. And now just come back and soften that. Then it makes it look like a frame around your little picture. And if you wanted to, you could come back on each of these and where these lines meet, add shading. I'm not going to do that, but that's always an option. You could also put graphite out here. But I think we have enough in the center. I'm not going to worry about that. All right. There you go. What do you think for something, again, that was unplanned? I'm proud of myself. All right. I'm going to add my chop. And I think I'll put it here. Doesn't matter which direction because I can turn this tile anyway. All right, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. It was simple. Again, don't overthink it. And step 8, appreciate again. Okay, put your pattern names on the back of your tile. Again, this is Beauty, Aline Leaf, and Cupcake Flower. And date it, sign it, add any kind of notes about your day. I find now that when I journal a little bit, it makes me think about what was going on the day that I did that tile. And that's a suggestion that Kelly Bluen does. I know most of you already watch Kelly Bluen. Her YouTube channel is Minutes of Zen. She's a friend I met at my Zentangle seminar, and she's an awesome teacher. She's great. So there you go. In case you didn't notice, I like purple, and I like these tiles. I had fun, and I hope that you did too. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and subscribe, leave comments, share, and more than anything, my dear friends, come back again. And I'll see you next time.